What's going on, everybody? Ryan Holder Outdoors back out here with you with another this month's Tackle Talk video for the month of May. I told y'all I'd bring y'all some Tackle Talk throughout the month, or at the end of every month, as long as I catch fish. So, and I have, and I've caught fish. Had a lot of good luck this year. It's fishing has really gone my way this year. It's been fun. I have fished good. I have fished clean. I really haven't lost a lot of fish at the kayak, trying to get them in. If I've lost any, it's been right at the hook set or something, a little bite that, took it away from them too long, too early. Set the hook too soon is what I'm trying to say. Ryan here with Ryan Holder Outdoors. If y'all are new to the channel, I've gotten a lot of new followers and stuff here lately on Facebook mainly. Pretty exciting. We've reached over 1,000 followers on Facebook. So that's been great. I think we're just under 1,150 or so right now. So we're working our way up to 1,100 followers. So that's great. Greatly appreciate everybody that has followed. Like I said, I just do this for fun. Not trying to become a millionaire off of it. I like doing it. I like seeing the comments. I like seeing the follows. And I'm kind of like doing it because next year this time I want to see if I'm catching fish on the same baits or different baits, or if I'm struggling next year I can come back and watch my own videos. So I kind of do it for my own good at the same time. Please don't forget to check out Hooked on Yak Fishing. That's a Facebook group on Facebook that my buddies and myself kind of run. And it's kind of running itself right now. I say run, but we just mainly created it is all we've done, and it's kind of taken off and done really well. I think I checked this afternoon and we're around 560 followers over there, so that's great. Thank y'all for all that have followed and liked and subscribed over there. It's just a free public group over there. It is a kayak fishing type group, but we welcome all fishermen over there, whether you saltwater, freshwater, boat, john boat, bass boats, center console, Carolina skiff, whatever. Don't forget Ryan Holder Outdoors is on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm a little slower at doing stuff on Instagram. Forgive me over there, but I'm very busy on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I did not get out this weekend to fish. I regret. The weather has been beautiful out here in Virginia this weekend, but just had some family obligations and some things going on, and could not hit the water this weekend, but definitely going to hit the water next weekend. Might even hit the water this week one day, not sure yet on that. Look forward to, in 2 weeks, I'll be fishing a tournament on the Chick River with a good buddy of mine in his bass boat. He invited me to fish a couple tournaments with him this year, so we're doing a couple of those. The first one I was supposed to do got canceled due to weather, and this next one will be on June 13th on the Chickahominy River, and I will film. So if all goes well, I'll be sharing that tournament as well on the channel. So hope that goes well. Hope the weather pans out good there. I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and get started in this month's Tackle Talk. May's Tackle Talk for this month. I will say again, I'm a dad and I'm a husband. So I was only able to hit the water one time the month of May. So I don't have a lot to talk about as far as that goes. But I did get out on the water a couple times on Memorial Day weekend. As you can see, I am kind of chilling out and relaxing with you all today, sitting down and making this video. I am tired, been a long day, long weekend, long week at work. But just wanted to get this out to you all as quick as possible. So we'll go ahead and get started. So once again, this actually made last month's Tackle Talk video as well. For the month of April, you can go back and check that one out too. Lake Gaston, went down to Lake Gaston Memorial Day weekend. Fished the area of Littleton, North Carolina, and got out there on Saturday. We'll start with that. First day on Lake Gaston, Saturday morning. I got out there probably about 6:30, not as early as I wanted to. The wife didn't want me getting up buku early. We're in a camper and my alarm goes off, so she didn't want to get me getting her up so early. Anyway, so I got out there about 6:30. I think first light was 6 o'clock or so, so I didn't get out there too late. But anyway, it was very rainy, very misty that morning, so obviously I did not film. Y'all have probably seen some of that in my post. I did not film the first 2 times I fished at Gaston on Memorial Day due to the weather. But anyway, I was out there fishing, and of course, early morning, Ryan's gonna throw that popper right there. And you can see that popper looks kind of funny, right? He ain't got no eyeballs. This is my new Rico popper, and I have caught tons of fish on it. And this thing has been chewed up already, boys. That thing is chewed up. The eyeballs are missing, no eyes on each side. The feathers are come off. The hook, the last treble hook, the rear treble hook. But I'm telling you, I was still smashing them that morning in the rain at Lake Gaston on this poplar. I caught bluegill, I caught largemouth, I caught spotted bass on it. I caught anywhere from, you know, good bass, 16, 17, 18-inch bass. I think the biggest one was an 18-inch spot on this one. Caught a couple spots, spotted bass, you know, 8, 10 inches long. I was mainly throwing it around the docks and in the grass lines, and in, you know, if there was big grass patches, you know, I would come in between some of them if I could get it in there without getting hung. This is a great poplar. I am a little disappointed that it's been chewed up already, but as everybody knows, those spots down at Gaston have got those teeth. So I think that's why it's missing so much paint, is those spots down there have just tore it, slammed to pieces. But anyway, been a great poplar, great hooks on it. The hooks haven't been out at all. Like I said, I've only had this thing probably about a month or so, but I've caught a ton of fish on it already. Y'all know me, if you're new to the channel, I absolutely love throwing a poplar. It is my absolute favorite topwater bait to throw, favorite one. This bait will be tied on this whole setup from now until I start deer hunting. And it'll still be tied on once I start deer hunting. I just won't be fishing. It'll still be on this rod and reel. I will retie it throughout the, the season and some fish catches, but other than that, this will be on this rod and reel. So this also made April's Tackle Talk too. Y'all go back, check it out. But I call my rod setup for this is the Halo. This is the Halo XD3 Pro. Absolutely love these rods. I've got 2 of them. Great rod, lightweight. I love the handle right here. This is the 7'3" medium heavy, lure weight 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce, line weight 10 to 17 pounds. Absolutely love this rod. I want every one in my arsenal to be a Halo. I love the Halo rods, and I do plan on getting more over time. As always, again, same thing in April's Tackle Talk. I got the Shimano SLX XT. Not sure if y'all can see that, sorry with the lighting, but this is the Shimano SLX XT 150 XG. This is the 8.2 gear ratio reel. I absolutely love these Shimanos. I have only one reel that's not one of these Shimanos, and that's going to be in the next clip right here you're going to see. My line for this, I always forget to talk about my line. Y'all excuse me on that. Some of this line, I will say, has been on my reels since last year, late last year or so. So I have forgotten what weight is on some of them, but I'll at least tell you the brand and whether it's fluoro or braid. So this one here is brand new braid. For those of you that picked on me in my video of catching my PB, it was on this rod and reel, and I put new line on it after that terrible backlash I got. So there's 30-pound braid on here, and I've got about a 15-pound fluoro leader. Disclaimer, I always forget to say this too, this is stuff that works for me. It may not be right, it may not be accurate, but it's what works for me and does well for me. So 30-pound braid might be too much for a topwater. I may not need a leader for the poplar, but hey, I'm doing it. It's what works for me. I was at Lake Gaston. The water is super, super, super clear. If you're close to Virginia, North Carolina, you know that we're in a bad drought and we haven't gotten any rain. Up until this past week, we got like 10 inches in 3 days. But before then, and when I was down there, the water was super clear, and I swear you could probably see 2.5 feet down. So, fluoro leader, 15-pound, 30-pound braid, Rico poplar, Halo XD3 Pro rod, 7'3", medium heavy, Shimano SLX XT, 8.2 to 1 gear ratio. And that is my topwater setup for like everything. This is my one and only topwater set. Also, disclaimer, I'm a budget-friendly guy. I know some of my stuff now is expensive because of inflation and cost of everything has gone up. But back when I bought a lot of this stuff, the price was not what it is right now if you go look it up. So also on my first day at Lake Gaston, I threw this ribbon tail worm. This is a 7-inch hard to see with the lighting, but it's a Blue Fleck Bass Pro Shop Tournament Series ribbon tail worm, 7-inch. You can only get it, it's Bass Pro Shop's brand and worm. Have it on a 2/0 offset hook right here, and I've got it on a 3/16 ounce weight. I do have this again fluoro to braid. I do not know the braid size of this because I bought this rod and reel set up used from a buddy of mine, and the braid was already on there. I do not have a clue what weight it is. I need to get ready to change it because it's gotten really low. But anyway, on my first day at Gaston, I was throwing the Blue Fleck, and I did catch a fish on it. It wasn't a giant. It was about a 10 to 12-inch bass. I don't even remember if it was a spot or a largie, but I did catch one on it. So it'll make this month's Tackle Talk. It also made last month. I have this on a St. Croix rod. Absolutely love this St. Croix rod. Again, I bought it used. A good buddy of mine gave me a good deal on the rod and reel combo. So got this used. This is a 7-foot medium fast action. It's a graphite rod, 10 to 17 pound line, 1/4 to 3/4 ounce lure weight. So I actually love it for a Texas rig. This St. Croix rod, I can really feel it. I know it's a medium. I probably should have a Texas rig, you know, on a medium heavy. But like I said, I use what works for me. This has worked for me. I've caught quite a few fish on this rod and reel setup on a Texas rig this year already. The reel setup on here, just a generic reel, nothing special. Like I said, this was a used setup I bought from a buddy of mine. It's just a Lew's reel, just a Lew's, an American Hero Speed Spool Laser AH. It's a 15 HG. The ratio is a 7:1 is what the ratio is on it. But like I said, it's a good little reel for what it is. It hasn't given me any problems. I've caught several fish on it. The line's getting pretty low. That's the only thing I need to do to this is just add some line, put some new line on here. But anyway, so caught some fish, caught a fish on this down at Gaston Memorial Day weekend. Blue Fleck ribbon tail worm, 7-inch. Bass Pro Shop Tournament Series. I have a fluoro leader on this as well to braid. Again, I don't know the braid size. The leader size I can tell you is 15 or 17. Also on the first morning, I threw this jig that I got the other month when I was down at Gaston in April. The place we stayed at, a buddy of mine, well, he's become my buddy now. I didn't have a clue who he was until I was down there, but I told him I was really into jigs, and he said, hey, a guy out of Pennsylvania makes these jigs for me, and he said, I have a lot of luck with this jig on Gaston. I was like, I want it. And it was like $3.99. I was like, yeah, absolutely, I want it, you know? And he was like, he gave me the trailers too, just a super chunk trailer. I think the jigs at their bait and tackle shop, they were like $3.99. The trailers were like, I don't know, $3.99, $4.99. So anyway, I went out there while I was there and tried it. Didn't really have any luck on it then. Well, when I went this past time, Memorial Day, even on my first day, I had this jig tied up. Threw it around for a little bit. It's a 5/16 ounce. It's kind of heavier than what Ryan throws. If y'all have kept up with most of my stuff, I'm kind of like a 3/16 ounce guy. And so I really wasn't sure about it, you know, and I'm really not good at skipping docks. I'll be upfront and honest with you on that. And so I was just kind of tossing this jig around in the rain, you know, the first day I was at Gaston this Memorial Day weekend. And I had in between docks, you know, but I was like, well, I'm not going to not fish this shoreline just because there's not a dock there. And there was like a little twig that came out. I mean, it was barely in the water. Like I said, we're in a half drought. And so the water at Gaston's like 2 or 3 foot low. I just made a little cast over there. It wasn't a bomb cast. Didn't even really think it was a great cast. Anyway, bebopped it 2 times and bam, had a nice fish on it. I was like, okay, I'm digging this. But anyway, so this is a 5/16 ounce jig. Mo Ammon baits. They're custom handcrafted baits. The guy's out of Pennsylvania, per what my buddy told me and what's also online. Anyway, I love the jig. I actually got 2 while I was down there because I was worried something may happen to it once I left. And so this one, and it's held up great. The only thing my buddy told me to do, he said glue the skirt on, super glue the skirt on because the skirt will slide off. And he was right. I skipped a couple docks and the skirt slid off. Super glued it with Gorilla Super Glue and ain't had a problem since. And not only did I catch a fish on this jig the first day at Gaston Memorial Day weekend, but my last full day there, I threw this jig and within 35 minutes, within 25 to 30 minutes, I had 2 fish I had already caught. And then within an hour, hour and a half, I had caught 4. So this jig paid off already. I mean, I caught 5 fish on it that one weekend, and I didn't fish that whole weekend. I fished like Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon. I only fished 3 times in like 4 or 5 hours each time I went out, because I was camping with the family and friends, so I wasn't trying to fish the whole time. So anyway, so in that amount of time, I had caught fish on this jig. And I mean, it's held up. I mean, the skirt hasn't come off anymore. The trailer stays on there. I've had some fish pull my chunk trailer off. Oh, I just saw this one's actually pretty dang tore up. I didn't even realize that. So I'll be changing this trailer out. But anyway, this is this color jig. It's hard to see in the light. It's got some purple strands of the skirt, and it's got some black strands, and it's got some blue strands. And it's something with that little bit of purple and blue with that black they just like. I don't think just a black and blue jig down there would have done anything. I think it really had to have those couple strands of that purple in there. And like I said, this just an old traditional chunk trailer by Zoom right here. And I had a lot of luck with it. Like I said, this is a 5/16 ounce. The color is actually called, he actually named it. My buddy that I met and this guy in Pennsylvania that makes the jigs, he actually called him and said, hey, what's a great jig color that nobody makes that works great on Gaston? He said, put some purple in a black and blue jig. And that's what he did. And he told my buddy, so I'm gonna name it after you. So this jig color is called Mike's Magic. So if you go to Mo Ammon Baits, Custom Baits out of Pennsylvania, you can go to their jigs and look up, and you can find this color, Mike's Magic. He also has one on there called a Gaston Crawl. I think that might be a Lake Gaston type jig too, since it's called that, but I could be totally wrong. So anyway, so great jig, love it. Plan on keeping it tied on for a while unless I get somewhere where it really doesn't work, but I'm anxious to really try it some places closer to home and not just Lake Gaston, and see how this thing works. Anyway, so 5/16 ounce Mike's Magic is the jig color. I caught it and used it on the Catalyzer, the ARC Catalyzer rod. I'm gonna tell you, this is a newer rod I just got this winter, just because it was a good deal. And they went up on my Halo rods. Like I said, prices, inflation, everything's gone up, so they're kind of pushing my limit. I really rather have a good reel versus, you know, a really expensive rod. So anyway, so I got these ARC Catalyzers. This is a 7'3" medium heavy fast action. Lure weight is 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce, and line weight is 10 to 17 pounds. And I think I've got 15 fluoro on this, is what's on here. But I really like the ARC rod. This was the first time I really caught a lot of fish consecutively on this rod, this Catalyzer here. And I really could feel them. I mean, it was no question. When the fish had the jig, I knew it, I felt it. It was dead hook set. So really impressed with the ARC Catalyzer rods. I actually got a couple of them, so I'm glad I do like it, because I bought a couple of them throughout the winter, not really knowing if I was gonna like it or not. Shimano SLX XT. This is a 7:2 to 1 gear ratio I have on here. Not sure if y'all can see that right there or not, but this is a Shimano SLX XT 150 HG, 7:2 to 1 gear ratio. 15 pound fluoro, on an ARC Catalyzer rod. Caught 5 fish on this same jig at Lake Gaston on Memorial Day weekend. And so looking forward to hitting the water next weekend. Looking forward, I got a fishing tournament, like I said, a fishing tournament coming up on Chickahominy River, and in 2 weeks, June 13th. I also wanted to say, all of my plastics, my jig and my blue fleck worm in April, I didn't talk about it in April's Tackle Talk, but it did work for me in April. And this month, I have been putting this Bang spray on. Now, I used to not know anything about this and didn't believe in it. I was like, you're spraying something and then get ready to put it right in water. Well, let me tell you. In April, I sprayed it on the blue fleck worm, caught a 5-pounder, and caught several 2.5, 3-pound fish on it in April. I think it's proven to me, right? This month, I sprayed it on the blue fleck worm at Lake Gaston, sprayed it on my jig, kept it on my jig, and flat tore them up. So I'm a pretty big believer in the Bang now. This is the shad formula kind. I've already got another can. I went ahead and bought a brand new can. My buddy gave me this to try, and so I've been been using it quite heavy, so went ahead and got me a new can. So got a brand new one in here. As soon as this one's empty, I'll break that one out. So, but hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, and mainly, my YouTube isn't really growing as fast as I would like. I'm just under 200 subscribers. So pretty excited to hit that 200 mark maybe soon. Next couple months will be awesome. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Ryan Holder Outdoors. That's the same thing, all social media. This is May's Tackle Talk. I'm gonna be doing more Tackle Talk videos too, as long as I catch fish in the months. If I don't, that'll be embarrassing, but it happens. It's called fishing. And so anyway, y'all stay tuned. Be sure to check out Ryan Holder Outdoors. Be sure to check on Hooked on Yak Fishing. And y'all stay tuned, and thank you for your time. Thank you.
Look, Dad, I want to say something real quick.
All right. My little buddy wants to say something. What are you going to tell him? Where are we going fishing next weekend? Where you want to go?
The Nottoway.
Ah, sounds good. We're hoping to get out to the Nottoway River next weekend, and that's our favorite place to go.
We can go all the way around in a circle.
Well, it don't work that way.
Then how does it work? That way?
It goes up and down. Anyway, thank y'all. Have a great week. Be safe.